Welcome back to Glasgow International Swim Meet 2023 here at the Tollcross International Swimming Centre in the East End of Glasgow. My name's Paul Noble. I'll be bringing you the action from session 2, this Friday afternoon session here. And back by popular demand, Jackie Smith is back again, the West District Secretary. Did such a good job, Jackie, this morning.
Well, thank
I've
you
asked
very
you
much,
back
Paul.
this afternoon.
Oh, you're very kind. You're very kind. I'm learning from the experts, so just bear with me, folks. And you've got a good teacher. So here we go.
Yeah, well, another session to come. It's the same events as we saw this morning.
But there's the addition of a 1500 pole,
and we don't have a swim off. Well, not yet.
Well,
anyway.
we don't know, do we?
So there we go. 200 IM for women, start us off. Then for the men, then 100 butterfly, 200 backstroke, 50 freestyle, 50 breaststroke, and the 1500 freestyle to finish us off. Unless, of course, we have that exciting swim off. That was a good way to finish this morning, wasn't it?
Oh, it certainly was, yeah. For those of you who weren't with us this morning, we had a three-way swim off in the 100-metre butterfly for the men. So it was indeed a very exciting, very tight-fought swim off, as you would expect, of course, Paul. But yeah, very exciting, and finished the morning in grand style. So let's see what's going to happen this afternoon. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we have got, of course, further heats of the events that we had this morning, all trying to make those finals tonight. Remember, the top 10 times will make it to the A final. Next 10 will make it to the B final, and there's also an opportunity for junior swimmers to make it to finals as well tonight. Junior swimmers, girls 16 years and under, and boys 17 years and under. So we'll try and keep on top of that. As we said earlier in this morning's session, if you were with us this morning, that the times from this afternoon have got exactly the same status as the times from this morning. So it was the fastest swimmers this morning, so we don't expect many people to challenge places in the A final, but we'd like to be proved wrong, wouldn't we, Jackie?
Indeed we would, yes. And we've got the results from this morning in front of us, so as Paul says, we'll try and keep you up to speed with potential finalists this evening. The event that we're about to see. The fastest junior this morning, we had some juniors, 2:31.29. So anything above 2:31.19 would get you into the B final. So
that's
all to play for.
Yeah, realistic for a couple of swimmers, maybe in the later heat. There's the lineup for this first heat. Poppy Shaw from Best, Olivia Caldwell from City of Glasgow, and Lisa McNair. Only 3 heats of this 200 metres individual medley.
Yes, it's not as consistent as it was this morning when we had 5 heats. I think that this afternoon's programme changes that around a little bit. Certainly for this first event, as you say, it's 3 heats and 4 in the next event. So,
and we do have the special edition of this afternoon, don't we? Because they have hot heats this afternoon.
Yes,
so they have the winner of the particular heat. And we chose them earlier on. We didn't know we were choosing them at random.
Just
Duncan, who's doing it, says, choose a number between 1 and 3. And we had to kind of pick the heats without knowing what we were doing. So the random numbers are down to us. And I think I just heard the music there in the background. So this is the hot heat. So the winner of this one will win a goodie bag, some prizes that we haven't been told what they are, but they're normally quite good, actually. Some sort of swimming equipment and things like that. Yeah, normally quite good kit you get
to swim for
from the sponsors. So
yes, it was quite challenging this morning, wasn't it? Being asked to choose those numbers, between 1 and 3, anything between 1 and 11, and you're like, it's amazing how long it takes you to actually choose a number.
I know, just to think about something different. Yeah, let's mix it up a little bit here. But I think this, from what I've gathered, is the hot heat. Our colleagues in the live stream will keep us right on this one as we go along. So a lot to look out for. Hot heats for us to consider. Qualifying times. We'll look for personal best times as well, or certainly times faster than the entry time. So
nobody told us this would be an easy number, Paul, did they?
Exactly. we'll try and keep you informed as best we can.
So here we go. 3 girls in this heat. As Paul's introduced you, with Poppy Shaw, Olivia Caldwell and Lisa McNair. So we saw Lisa's sister in action this morning, Susie. And Lisa's going to take actually a good start there, but pretty even Stevens for these girls at this stage, as you probably expect. Their entry time is 2:42.51 to 2:43.56 with the 3 girls. And it's going to be Poppy Shaw from Best, I think, is going to go into the turn first, just ahead of the other 2 girls. She turns and transitions into the backstroke. Good turn there.
We have just been told, Jackie, that we're not going to get splits at that top end, at the scoreboard end, at the left-hand side of the screen as we're looking at it, but we will get the splits at the bottom end, so we'll get the halfway splits. Something has gone wrong with the timing for the scoreboard in terms of splits. It's going to be okay in terms of the times for the finish of the races, so we're okay with that, but not going to get splits this afternoon, unfortunately, for that top end.
No. So there we go. There's Poppy. She's going to see her split now at the 100. As she comes in and turns, transitions into breaststroke. There we go. Well, splits not appearing also on the board. No splits appearing on the board at the moment. But hey, I'm sure they'll sort that all out in the box behind us as the afternoon goes on. So in fact, it was Olivia Caldwell turning first there. 1:15.04. Lisa McNair in second and Poppy Shaw in third. So pretty tight at the turn, but all turned into breaststroke now. And the City of Glasgow swimmer, Olivia Caldwell, showing her strengths in breaststroke as she's got herself a good 3/4 of a body length ahead of Lisa McNair. But Lisa's not losing sight. And indeed, they do appear to be. Lisa appears to be gaining ground, I think, on Olivia there as they go into the turn.
Yeah, just a little bit of closing of the gap there in the final stages, and it looks like it's between these 2 for the hot heat here, Olivia Caldwell and Lisa McNair. Their entry times 2:42.51 and 2:42.68, but it is going to be the home swimmer, I think, Olivia Caldwell, who is just about going to get this one, is going to win those goodies for winning the hot heat, I think. Let's have a look at the time. 2:42 the entry time. I think that is going to be beaten on this one. So great swim here to start us off this afternoon from Olivia Caldwell under the 2:40 mark. She'll be delighted with that one. 2:39.15. Lisa McNair in second place there, 2:42.14. And Poppy Shaw 2:45 in third. So the spoils in the very first heat go to the home swimmer, Olivia Caldwell.
Sorry, Paul.
So there we are. Next heat on its way. One of the Kieras that we saw earlier on, they were all in the same heat together. Kira Gregg this time from Fauldhouse in 0. Right at the top. We'll just check everyone's shown up for this heat as we look.
Looks like we have a full house,
yeah,
indeed.
looks like it. And Jessie Norris from Best in 1. Thea Glenn from City of Glasgow in 2. Beth Hunter from Ren 96 in 3. Trio of City of Glasgow swimmers, Ella Cunningham, Victoria Niven and Daisy Gildea. They go in 4, 5 and 6. Amy Owenson from Best in 7. Miriam McPhee from Fauldhouse in 8. And Sarah Kay from South Aberdeenshire in lane number 9. As always, as we look at the pool on your screen, lane 0 at the top and lane 9 at the bottom. And those yellow marked lanes you can see are 4 and 5, with 4 being the top of the 2 lanes. And lane 5 leading them through at the 50 metre mark there. And that lane 5 is Victoria Niven, one of the City of Glasgow swimmers. They look like they're well placed in the early stages there. Thea Glenn going well, another City of Glasgow swimmer. But Niven may just well have the edge on her teammate there. Kira Gregg, one of the 2 Fauldhouse swimmers, going well in lane 0. But as they come to the halfway point, it looks like it is going to be City of Glasgow in first and second position, dominating this heat early on.
They are indeed, aren't they, Paul? As Victoria continues at front of the field, Thea in behind her. So it's what the girls can do on this breaststroke to catch those two. Certainly Victoria still has the advantage, but Thea is swimming well there. Wanting her down in the middle of them. It's another City of Glasgow swimmer, Ella Cunningham. 7th at the in this event at the age groups recently. It was Ella. So see what she'll be looking to. That will be her age group time, her entry time, 2:39.10. She'll be looking to improve that. So there we go. Victoria Niven turns and heads for home. In behind her, Ella Cunningham has got herself up into second, and Thea Glenn in third. So dominated by City of Glasgow swimmers here in this second heat of this event. Victoria is going to take this. Whether Thea can catch Ella or not remains to be seen, but she is running out of water. However, I think she has just gained the advantage there as Victoria comes in to finish. Ella's trying to respond. Oh, very tight at the finish there for those two girls, and it was Ella Cunningham in second, 2:39.01. Thea Glenn third, 2:39.04. So 3/100ths of a second splitting those two girls in the closing stages of that second heat of event 1-2-1. And we have a full house for heat 3. There's the results confirmed for heat 2.
Yeah, Niven 2:36.81, so she 17-year-old, so not eligible for that junior final. Ella Cunningham is at 2:39.01 for her, for the 14-year-old, 2:39.04 for Thea Glenn, and also eligible to make that junior final. I'm not sure how far that will go down, Jackie. We'll just go have a look at the A and B final. Certainly to make the final, 2:31.19. I reckon the juniors might be somewhere in the 2:30s, kind of high 2:30s, possibly to make that junior final. Depends, of course, on withdrawals as well, because if there are any withdrawals from the A and B final, then some of the juniors will get promoted. Yeah, it does look like you're, well, maybe mid 2:30s possibly for it. I'm just looking at our results this morning, doesn't it?
Final heat, but I think there's a chance that Ella may appear to find herself in the junior final this evening. 2:30 with a 2:36 maybe.
Yeah, that's
close.
a possibility.
Close.
Possibility.
So let's have a look. 1, 2. Not sure we've got a lane 5.
Got a cameraman's eye view of what's going on here as he comes into position.
Yes, I'm not sure where he is at the moment. There we go. Yep.
So the swimmers, this is behind the scenes almost. Well, not quite behind the scenes, behind the starting blocks there.
As we switch back to a bird's eye view. So I think the cameraman gets himself into position, perhaps without us having to see the pool tiles.
We're in place now. Is that another bit of a delay? We didn't have many delays this morning, maybe a couple towards the end of the session, but it's
we seem to have
some problems early on this afternoon.
Whether it's connected to the issue down at the timing at the bottom, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
The officials just looking up to the meet office behind us just to see that we're ready, but the board hasn't cleared for the third heat yet. Oh, here we go, possibly.
Oh, we're in, I think.
Swimmers are being called into position. So this is heat 3. Lane 0, Kira Hart, Scotia. 1, Jessica Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Josie Grimes, Warrender. 3, Macy Carty, Foldhouse. 4, Zoe Crawford, First. 5, Scarlett Robinson, Copeland. 6, Kate Nolan, Warrender. 7, Ellen McPhee, Foldhouse. 8, Emily McGee, Carnoustie. And 9, Gabriella Winton, Monifieth. And it's the first swimmer, Zoe Crawford. Takes an early lead here, a little bit of an hour ahead, I think. There in the centre, with the action is Zoe Crawford leading, and the swimmers either side of her, Macy Carty, I beg your pardon, and Scarlett Robinson in second and third. So as we said earlier, we're not getting the times for the after the 50-metre split or the 150. We will get it at the halfway mark as the girls move up the pool now in the breaststroke section. And looking very strong there is the Youth Academy member Zoe Crawford. As I said, she's a member of the first team. Looking very comfortable out there, several body lengths ahead of second place Scarlett Robinson and Macy Carter in third.
It's interesting that our entry time there, 2:29.90 for Zoe Crawford, so she's well capable of progressing to that B final. And if she is right on her best time, we should see her in that B final, but she's going to have to deliver here this afternoon. It's unusual because she's a big lead in terms of entry time over the rest of the field. Scarlett Robinson, 1 lane down, the Copeland swimmer. She goes 2:34 in terms of qualification. It's pretty much working out like that as they come to this final turn. With Zoe Crawford, let's just keep an eye on the clock as she goes down this final length. We're not going to get the split, obviously, which is unfortunate, but 2:29 would certainly do it. 2:31.19 would do it as well for Zoe Crawford. So she's got to come back in roughly about 30 seconds or so. So that's going to be tight, I think.
Yep, but she's got a chance. So, yeah, watching that clock count itself down now. Whether she's going to manage that as she comes into the closing stages. Moving up nicely into third place now is Kate Nolan. And there we go, touching there in a time of 2:33.44. So she's out with at the moment. Anyway, she's definitely out with the B final, but pretty certain we'll find herself into the junior final. On the basis the previous winner was 2:36.81 in the previous heat. So Zoe will be in the junior, subject to official confirmation. There we go. Zoe Crawford, Scarlett Robinson and Kate Nolan are your 1, 2 and 3. Good swim at the latter stages there by Kate as she got herself up and touching out in third place ahead of Macy Carter.
Those three all junior swimmers as well, so we'll probably see them again tonight, I would think, in the junior final. Again, as we said this morning, the caveat is don't take anything that we
for
say
granted.
as
I
gospel.
know, that's right.
So we could be wrong. It's all up to the officials in maroon. Did we agree on?
I think we agreed on maroon. Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
It's all up to their decisions. And of course, we don't know about withdrawals as well. We might see some people promoted to A and B finals if there are any withdrawals. And we're just going to have to wait and see what we get in the final. The best course of action is to check the websites for the official results, I think.
It is indeed. It
and
is
check
indeed.
the start sheets.
So there we are. We're now on to event 122, and it's the turn of the men 200 IM. We have this is heat 1. We have 3 swimmers: Kyle Harper from South Ayrshire, Aidan McCavish from First, and Callum Aitchison from Bucky. So all 3 boys after the turn there. Pretty much in a line. I think maybe the Bucky swimmer just has the slight advantage. He certainly did going into the turn. Just got himself ahead of Kyle Harper, the 14-year-old from South Ayrshire. So if we have a look at times from this morning, we're going to need to be looking at 2:14.99 and under to get yourselves into the B final. 2:17.49 is the lead in the A final. Sorry, beg your pardon, in the junior final. As Kyle Harper transitions into breaststroke.
Again, we're seeing some of the names like we've seen this morning as well. We saw a number of the swimmers have multiple events this morning, and we're seeing some of these names returning for this afternoon session. So yeah, it's been a long day of action, or it will be a long day of action, especially if they can force their way into some of the finals this evening. But again, it's all good practice, it's all good preparation, doing more long course meets for the busy summer events to come. Lane number 5 going really well. It's Callum Aitchison. He was one of the ones that we saw this morning. looks like McCavish in second position and Kyle Harper in third. But wow, Callum Aitchison, one of the older swimmers in this one, 17 years of age this year, and he's still eligible for the juniors, because the juniors for the boys is 17 years and under, not 16 as it is for the women. Good contest for second here between Kyle Harper and Aidan McCavish, but no doubt about who's going to take this one. Callum Aitchison is going to take it. Let's see if he can get inside. He's 2:35.03, certainly can. 2:32.01. So 3-second improvement there for Aitchison. Kyle Harper in second, I think it was. And in third place was Aidan McCavish. But good swim. He just stretched away in the second half there, didn't he?
He absolutely did, didn't he? Yes.
Oh, is that a hot heat?
I think we might be moving on to a hot heat, Paul. So the winner of this, as we said earlier, is going to win a goodie prize. We still haven't been told what's in the goodie bag, but as we said, it's going to be swimming-related items, and always very happily received by the winners.
I think it is. People are generally very pleased with what they get from these hot heats. So who's going to take this one? Who is going to step up to claim the prize?
So lane 0, Clava Singh, Scotia. 1, Rhys Hamilton, Milngine, Bearsden. 2, Jude Mowbray, City of Glasgow. 3, Hayden Mackenzie, Ken Ross. 4, Ewan Gray, Cooper. 5, Magnus Morris, Ren 96. 6, Nathan Lilly, Bells Hill Sharks. 7, Fraser Gemmell, first, and 8, Liam Johnson, best. So yes, I wonder if the boys realise what that music actually meant for them, Paul. Perhaps not, but I think it's Ewan Gray. It's going to take the boys into the turn there. Lane, beg your pardon, I think it might have been Magnus Morris, actually, lane 5. My apologies. So Magnus has the advantage over the field as we're in the backstroke. Yeah, he's got himself about a body and half length ahead. See whether or not any of the boys can come back at him in the breaststroke section. City of Glasgow, Jude Mowbray is in second. Hayden Mackenzie in third from Ken Ross. Oh, Hayden touches ahead of Jude there. So switch of order as they came into the wall. But it's still Magnus Morris. And Ren 96 leading the field.
Yeah, they're giving chase now, I think, Jackie.
Yeah, Ewan Gray, he is, isn't he? Yes, And Hayden Mackenzie and Jude Mowbray.
Yeah, it looks like Ewan Gray is going to maybe get up on terms here as they come to the end of the breaststroke in this one. He's used that breaststroke to good effect here. The hot heat is very much all to play for between these two at the front of the field. Ewan Gray's done a good job here. It's very close, isn't it?
It is indeed. This is going to be a very close finish between these two boys in the centre of the pool. Magnus Morris, Ewan Gray, 16 and 17 years of age respectively, 2:31.91, 2:30.90 were their entry times. So they can see each other. I think Magnus Morris has the advantage. He's held that for most of this race. So he's just going to he's moving away now from Ewan. I don't think Ewan's able to respond to that. And the winner of this hot heat is going to be the 16-year-old Magnus Morris from Ren 96 to 27.34. His entry time 2:31.91, so he'll be very pleased with that. Improvement for him, improvement for Ewan Gray. Hayden Mackenzie in third, also an improvement on his entry time. So as Nathan Lilly comes in to finish his race this afternoon, the results are being confirmed for us. Magnus Morris, Ewan Gray and Hayden Mackenzie, 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. Some good improvements there on the entry times. And big jump there for Magnus Morris at the front of the field. There's the lineup for the next heat. Aaron Machin from City of Glasgow, Andrew Smitten from South Aberdeenshire, Innes Gow from Geary, Rory Calvert from First, Jedres Pridowski from Heart of Midlothian goes in 4, Adam Miller from Shetland in 5, Lachlan Bremner And Jacob Duncan and Alexander Stewart, they go in 6, 7 and 8, all from Highland. And Daniel Hendry from City of Glasgow goes in lane number 9. So, in fact, swimmer in lane number 4 not taking the start, but we do have everyone else in this field. And it leaves kind of first to the wall. Oh, is that lane 6 and lane 3 potentially? I think Nathan Lilly and Hayden McKinnon. In fact, it's wrong. It's Lachlan Bremner and Rory Calvert. Lachlan Bremner and Rory Calvert lead their way through on that butterfly. Again, entry times here 2:28 is the fastest entry time, and we saw 2:27 in that previous heat, so that was good performance in that previous heat there. So these swimmers in this one will have their work cut out to challenge that time, but we have seen, I think almost in every single heat, we've seen improvements to entry times, haven't we?
Oh, we absolutely have so far this afternoon, so that's good to see. Swimmers will be pleased with themselves. And as Paul said, some of these swimmers have swum this morning in various events. I think we saw Daniel Hendry certainly this morning swimming, so it's been a long day so far for them. This morning we had swimmers from some of the international teams visiting us: Ireland, Denmark, Greece, and
Sweden.
Sweden, that's right.
And we had a New Zealander as well.
We did, yes. So very international this morning.
Some of the swimmers, of course, based in UK clubs, but from all over the world. Of course, these kind of centres of excellence, isn't it? The University, Stirling University, Edinburgh University, Loughborough, attract people from all over the world.
Indeed. So looking back at the pool, it's lane 6, Lachlan Bremner. He's led pretty much throughout the whole of this race. Really good start there, and he's going to come in leading the field. Bit of a battle going on for second place. Looks to me like it might be lane 3. And yep, there we go. Lachlan Bremner finishes lane 3. Rory Calvert's second, and Innisgal is in third. Lachlan's time there, 2:26.63, so he'll be pleased with that.
Yeah.
3-second improvement this afternoon for him. So well worth getting in and swimming.
Yeah, and he does dip under the time from the previous heat,
He
2:26,
does,
the junior.
So he could find himself, probably find himself in the junior coming back this evening. Not sure what time the finals start this evening, Paul, actually. I think I'm leaving you to it anyway, that's just why I probably don't know.
You said that this morning. 5 o'clock start, it says.
5 o'clock.
On my little piece of information that we have here.
There we are. So we don't have a lane 0. So lane 1, Alfie Churches. 2, Bent Montgomery Stirling. Sorry, Alfie is from City of Glasgow. 3, Dylan Mitchell Warrender. 4, Tyler Stewart East Kilbride. 5, Hayden Stirling St Thomas. 6, Ethan Collins Bells Hill. 7, Jake Ferguson first. 8, Brandon Aitchison from Bucky, and 9, Kyle Connolly City of Glasgow. So the entry times here for these boys, 2:25.12 through to 2:28.25. So had a number already, entry times already above the fastest time for the juniors we've seen this afternoon, which is 2:26.63. So we'll see what happens now, as it's lane 3. Dylan Mitchell, 14-year-old from Warrender Baths, who is swimming well this afternoon. He has the advantage over the field. Also going well, Alfie Churches from City of Glasgow over there in lane 1. Pretty close for third place at the moment. It's probably lane 6, Ethan Collins from Bells Hill. And there we are, that's confirmed. Dylan Mitchell, Alfie Churches and Ethan Collins turning 1, 2 and 3 at the halfway mark. So they're looking for a time faster than 2:14.99 to get into the B final. It's probably not what we're going to see, but we want them into the junior final. So 2:26.63 and faster, we'll see them there.
Well, I don't know. It's there were some juniors that swam this morning, might be faster than that, so we just have to go as fast as possible. We'll bring you the finalist, Dylan Mitchell. Gone out really well in lane number 3. We'll just check that time. When he comes in, he had an entry time of 2:26.10, the 14 years of age swimmer. And the other 14-year-old on the other side of those middle 2 lanes, Ethan Collins going well, the Bells Hill swimmer. It looks like the 2 14-year-olds might be in first here. Tyler Stewart in 3rd position, but we'll just check the times for this one. Yeah, 2:23.81, excellent time there. That might be enough for that junior final as we go down. Just looking at the results from this morning, we have to pick these junior times out manually. That's the trouble, isn't it? Well, it might not be enough for 2:23. It's certainly the fastest we've seen this afternoon. As we try and work it out. I think maybe 2:20-ish possibly. 2:21 might have been the time we're looking for the junior final. But nevertheless, good performance there from Dylan Mitchell. 2:26.10, massive improvement. And that's good to see. Then down the distances now. We're moving on to the 100-metre butterfly events. And we have 3 swimmers in this first heat. Emily Dawson goes in lane number 3. Poppy Shaw back in again. We just saw her in the 200 IM. The first heat this afternoon. And India Leonie Bryden from Montrose. She goes in lane number 5. So 2 lengths of the bull now for this 100 metres butterfly. Mulgayan Bearsdens, Emily Dawson, Bests, Poppy Shaw, and India Leonie Bryden from Montrose. That's the lineup. All entry times in 1:17 range. So we'll see if anyone can make some improvements on those entry times here. Again, we're not going to get the splits at this top end. We will keep an eye on it. It's pretty close in these early stages here, but as they go over the halfway point, swimmer closest to us, India Leonie Bryden, just maybe has the edge, but Poppy Shaw is looking the stronger here as they go into the second 50. She might just be edging it ahead of India Leonie Bryden. Emily Dawson not too far away, just on the feet of the leader now, who is Poppy Shaw with that orange cap. Wonder if India Leonie Bryden's got anything more to give in these final few strokes. I'm sure she'll be able to see Poppy Shaw alongside her. Let's see who is going to push for the wall. It's going to be Poppy Shaw into that wall. 1:15.08. 2 excellent times there at the front of the field, with Emily Dawson on the 1:19 range. But good swim there from Poppy Shaw. She takes that first heat. And here's the second one, Jack.
Here's another hot heat. There we go. As the music resonates around the venue. So heat 2, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow, lane 0. 1, Mary Kemp, Perth City. 2, Maddie Barber, Highland. 3, Isabella Geard, Warren de Baths. 4, Madison Stewart, University of Aberdeen. Performance 5, Kirsty Funnell, Heart of Midlothian. 6, Ava McDermott, Milngavie Bearsden. 7, Lizzie Wyke, Heart of Midlothian. Isla Kay, South Aberdeen. And 9, Eva Gordon from City of Glasgow. So this is a hot heat, and the winner will win a goodie bag. So just looking at the times from this morning, so I think the girls are going to have to return in a 1:10 or less, Paul, to get themselves into a junior final. But let's wait and see what happens as lanes 3 and 4 went to the wall almost simultaneously there. Isabella Geard and Madison Stewart, the 15 and 14-year-old respectively. But it's Madison Stewart from the University of Aberdeen Performance. He just has the advantage there, but we need to keep an eye on lane 0. The City of Glasgow swimmer, Anna Campbell, having a good swim over there in lane 0. She has the advantage now as the girls come into the halfway mark. The entry times here range from 1:14.77 through to 1:17 exactly. So, but as I said, there we go. Anna Campbell in first, 1:13.44. Madison Stewart, 1:14.19 in second. As we wait for the result, there we go. Maddie Barbara in third place, 1:14.57. So over there in lane 0, Anna Campbell wins that heat.
Yeah, very good for Anna Campbell there in lane 0, City of Glasgow swimmer. And that was a hot heat, wasn't it? Anna Campbell taking it from the outside lane. That was inspiration for it. There's the next heat just about to go. Molly Weir from West Lothian goes in lane 0. Chloe Kirk in 1 from Mulgai and Bearsden. We have Mira McPhee from Fauldhouse. She goes in lane number 2. Charlotte Craig from Ren 96 goes in lane number 2. Ella McGeorge from Cooper in 4. Abby McMillan from City of Glasgow. She goes in lane number 5. Anna Lee from Stirling goes in 6. Megan Mackay from Highland in 7. Ella Wood is going well in the early stages. She goes in lane number 8. And Lucy Morgan right down here at the bottom, University of Aberdeen performance. So I think Ella Wood and Ella McGeorge, 2 Ellas leading them through here. On the outside lane though, right up at the top, Molly Weir from West Lothian with that blue cap is pressing now as the swimmers in the middle kind of drop back in the outside lanes, take these over. It looks like it might be right at the top, Lucy Morgan, or right down close to the bottom. It's Ella Wood into the wall now, also going well. It's Lucy Morgan with Molly Weir at the top. It is Ella Wood and Lucy Morgan in first and second position, with Molly Weir in third. Again, 1:12.77. Another big improvement here, and that's edging closer to the times they need for that junior final. Jackie,
it is indeed,
like
yes. They need around the 1:10 pull to get themselves up there. There's quite a number of juniors swam this morning, returning some good times. So we move on to heat 4, lane 0. Josie Grimes from Warren de Bath. Her teammate Anna Perry swims in lane 1. Phoebe Murdoch, South Ayrshire, lane 2. Lane 3, Lauren Brolly, Fauldhouse. 4, Kate Nolan, Warren de Bath. 5, Amy Dobson, Kingston. 6, Millie Colvin, Dumfries. 7, Sophie Portier, Warren de Bath. 8, Kira Finlayson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Emily Thompson from Perth City. So we've seen improvements on entry times already. These girls will be looking to improve theirs this afternoon. Entry times are ranging from 1:12.60 to 1:13.86. As we said a moment ago, it is around the 1:10 that they need to get themselves into, stand a chance rather of getting themselves into a final. We can't confirm that whether they will or not. That awaits the results. And, but it's Josie Grimes at the 50-metre mark, 25.66. Josie over there in lane 0. But I think it's now lane 6. Millie Colvin, the 15-year-old from Dumfries, who is swimming really well and has gained the advantage over the field. She is, I think, going to finish here in first place, with a battle going on for second, lane 3. Swimming well there. She's going to come in second. In behind Millie Colvin, lane 3, Lauren Brolly in the second. And Sophia Portier in lane 3. Beg your pardon, Kira Finlayson in lane 8 did not start. So there was an empty lane there. And we move on to the final heat of event 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, some chances here to try and force their way into one of the finals.
Their entry times are very close to the time that they appear to need. So we've got Emma Leggett, Hamilton Baths in lane 0, Millie Barton, Bells Hill Shark, lane 1, Gina Wren, City of Glasgow, lane 2, and in lane 3 her teammate Georgia Reid. 4, Casey Drummond from Incas. 5, Cara White, Ren 96. 6, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow. 7, Sophia Fallon from Monifieth. 8, Ava Kirkham from First. And 9, Daisy McInnes from City of Glasgow. So those are the girls from the previous heat, just get themselves out of the pool. And we'll get started with this final heat. So the entry times here around all around the 1:11, 1:12, and so these girls do stand a chance of getting the 1:10. So let's wait and see what happens. Just have a bit of a delay getting ourselves organised to get started here.
Yeah, I think so. Something, it was a delayed result there. I'm not sure if there was a change to the time, but we did see it confirmed. So Millie Colvin, Lauren Brawley just confirmed as the top 2 in that one. But we do have the lineup for this next heat. And it looks like we've got all 10 swimmers there. Emma Liggett at the top, down to Daisy McInnes right down here at the bottom. Big City of Glasgow presence in this one. 4 swimmers from the home club. This Glasgow International Swim Meet goes in this final heat of this one. Can anyone dip under the 1:11 mark? Casey Drummond has the fastest time in terms of entry times. Casey Drummond from Incas in lane number 4, 17 years of age, so she doesn't qualify for the juniors, but the likes of Cara White in lane number 5 will qualify as a junior. Amy Rowell as well in lane number 6, and those two are going out very well, the 2 junior swimmers in lane 5 and in lane 6 there. Cara White, best off the wall, ahead of Amy Rowell, so the 14-year-old leads the 13-year-old, also a few lanes up there. Another 14-year-old, and that's Gina Wren from City of Glasgow in lane number 2. So these 3 are going to fight this one out. Can anyone dip under the 1:11 mark? Can anyone challenge the 1:10 mark? It is going to be very close indeed as they come to the finish. It's stroke for stroke here between the 3 swimmers probably at the finish. Cara White will take it. She's in the 1:10 range, 1:10.60. Amy Rowell, 1:11.08, and Ava Kirkham it was, 1:11.39. So Ava Kirkham getting up there for 3rd, just ahead of Gina Wren, who finished in 4th position. But, well, nice way to finish that one. Nice time there to win that one, 1:10.59. Oh, in fact, Gina Wren given the touch there. I did think she was up there, but so there must have been a change in time.
Looks like it.
1/100th of a second she takes that one from. So 2 in the 1:10 range.
Yes, 2 in the 1:10 range. So we'll just wait to see the what happens there. But the girls have certainly both got themselves into the mix, I think.
Yeah, both of them 14 years of age, so I think they should make that into a junior final. So we might see the 2 leading swimmers there again in the junior final tonight. We shall wait and see. Check the website to see where you finished. That's the best way to do it.
It is.
100 metres butterfly is on its way now. 5 heats of this one for the men. Just 3 swimmers in this first heat. Adam McLaren, South Aberdeenshire in 3. Matthew Kenny from Kinross in 4. And Caleb Geddes from Bellshill in lane number 5. So entry times 1:08 range for this one. And again, just looking for improvements. Like we've seen in most of the heats this afternoon, we're looking for improved times on those entry times.
Yes, we are, and the boys and girls are indeed delivering those, I think, Paul, this afternoon. So they'll all be very pleased with their performances this afternoon. And it's Adam McLaren, the 16-year-old from South Aberdeenshire, turns first there and is leading the field at the moment. Bellshill Shark swimmer looking to get himself back. Alice Geddes. And Matthew Kenny making a move. Wow, let's get there, see what's... but it is still the South Aberdeenshire swimmer. His entry time 1:08.36 this afternoon. Just looking, they're going to need to get themselves under a minute, I think, to get themselves into the junior final. But it is the South Aberdeenshire swimmer. Adam McLaren finishes first. Caleb Geddes from Bellshill second, and Matthew Kenny Kinross in 3rd. Times there 1:07.42. So Adam will be pleased with his finish time there. The other 2 boys might be tad disappointed, but good swim.
Yeah, we were talking about Bellshill Pool at lunchtime today, weren't we?
We were
Caleb
indeed.
Geddes, I've seen a few Bellshill swimmers taking the start already this afternoon.
The Sir Matt Busby Leisure Centre.
Yeah, I swam there many, many years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently it hasn't changed much, but
No, I
it was good.
understand.
I enjoyed swimming there. I swam well, actually.
Yeah.
Seem to remember, got fond memories of the Bells Hill pool. Still going strong. Got a second heat is underway now. Cole Morrison from Stirling goes in lane 0. Brandon Aitchison from Buckheat goes in lane number 1. Luke Livingston from Best in 2. Jed Armitage from Highland in 3. Lewis Maxwell Powells from Warrender in 4. Gregor Ross, City of Glasgow in 5. Hayden Sterling, St Thomas in 6. Rory Gallagher, Warrender in 7. Richard Laws Cooper in 8. And Matthew Pogorzelek from Montefieth goes in lane number 9. The youngest in the field, Lewis Maxwell Powells from Warrender in lane number 4. Just about second, maybe behind Gregor Ross, possibly. So it's a Glasgow Edinburgh tussle at the front of the field here. Also going well. And it's Rory Gallagher in lane number 7, another one of the Warrender swimmers. Can he pull back in the closing stages here? Rory Gallagher with an entry time of 1:06.65. Is he going to take this one? I think Glasgow are going to take it. It is Gregor Ross, 1:05.44 for Gregor Ross. And the leading 2 swimmers certainly improved on their entry times, as has become customary. Gregor Ross taking that one, and there's the music.
And heat 3 is a hot heat, so we'll see whether or not who's going to be the winner of the goodie bag in this heat. Do the boys realise the significance of that music? So we have in the lineup lane 0, Andrew Smitten, South Aberdeen. 1, Taylor Hutton, Incas. 2, Kane Buchanan, Dundee City Aquatics. 3, Ishmael Shalabi, Warrender Baths. 4, Ethan Collins, Bells Hill Sharks. 5, Caden McLaughlin, Milngine Bearsden. 6, Dylan McCombie, South Aberdeen. 7, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. And 2, East Kilbride swimmers, Ewan Mitchell and Aaron Steele go in lane 8 and 9 respectively. So good start there by lane 7. Lewis Gibson from South Ayrshire. He just on the screen has the advantage. He's going to turn first there. Really tight in behind him, however. Dylan McCombie, Caden McLaughlin, all in the mix there. But Lewis Gibson is beginning to pull away. Got himself half a body length advantage in moving into body lengths as we come into about 20 metres to go. And the battle is going to be second place, but I think the goodie bag is going to go to Lewis Gibson from South Ayrshire. Ethan Collins having a go over there in lane 3, but no, run out of water. So Ethan Collins touches in second, and in third place, Caden McLaughlin. So the goodie bag, as I said, goes to Lewis Gibson. Time there 1:02.05. Ishmael Shalabi 1:03.49, and Caden McLaughlin 1:04.61.
I wonder if you can win more than
call
one
that slightly
goodie
wrongly
bag.
there. I do apologise.
I wonder if you can win more than one goodie bag.
Oh, I don't know. That's a
Well,
very good
they were
question.
picked
but,
at random.
oh.
So if you're lucky to be in a couple of races,
Yeah, I guess you could. They are.
well, we should have been keeping a track on who's winning them. Actually,
We
yeah,
should have
that's
been. Yes,
good,
that
yeah.
might have
It's
been very good.
Too late now.
Too late. We
Yeah.
don't have a lane 5. So we have Ewan
okay.
Watson, Renfrew, Tom Armitage, Highland, Scott Mitchell, Glen Rothis, Matthew Martin, Renfrew, Bath, Nikolai Cisnet, City of Glasgow, Alexander Stewart, Highland. I'm not announcing the lanes here. Lane 6, Lawrence McIntyre, Heart of Midlothian. 7, Guy Pelosi, City of Glasgow. 8, Henry Shalavev Barnes from Aberdeen Dolphins. And 9, Alex Black from First. And it's the 13-year-old Nikolai Cisnet, I think, who turned first there, but it's pretty close. We saw Nikolai in action this morning, the 13-year-old. I think he turned 13 just a couple of months ago. As I was saying this morning, commentating on the district meet at that time, and we had to sing happy birthday to him as he turned 13. But he's certainly not having it all his own way. Over there in lane 1, Tom Armitage, a 16-year-old from Highland, just has the advantage, but it's all going to come down to the touch here.
Ooh.
And it was Tom Armitage, Matthew Martin, Guy Pelosi were your 1, 2 and 3. Nikolai Cisnet touched out into 4th place. It's Tom's time, 103.11, 103.26 and 103.29 for Matthew and Guy respectively. So getting closer to the time they would need for a junior final, but not sure they're quite there yet. As we move on to the final heat.
Just 0.6 of a second separating the top 7 there, I think it was, top 6 or 7. Final heat. And now Kai Connolly from City of Glasgow in 0. Adam Curry from South Ayrshire in 1. David Landman from City of Glasgow in 2. Nathan Campbell from Stirling in 3. James Body from Geary goes in lane number 4. Cameron Gill from first in 5. Dylan Cashmore, South Ayrshire, goes in 6. Dean Bargatti from Hamilton in 7. Mano Drysdale going well in the early stages from Morinder goes in 8. And Fraser Cowie, South Ayrshire, in lane number 9. Well, looks like it might be lane number 3, Nathan Campbell from Stirling. Just leading them at that halfway point. He's got a big lead actually. Almost half a body length ahead of the swimmer 1 lane up from him, James Body, in lane number 4. Let's see if anyone can dip close to that 1 minute mark. Can they dip under the 1 minute mark? That'd be nice to see in this final heat. It is Nathan Campbell, I think, into the wall. Oh, look at that, 1 minute point 49, very close to the magic 1 minute mark. And James Body in second position, 101.54. And in third place, Mano Drysdale, 102.29. So just over the 1 minute mark there, Jackie. And that was Nathan Campbell, the 18-year-old. So he's not eligible for the junior final, but James Body will be, I think. So
he will, yes, he will indeed.
edging
so
closer towards that one.
So the boys will have to watch the results, check the website, etc. And to find out whether or not we're going to see them back this evening in the junior final. So now we move on to event 125. This is the turn of the women 200 metre backstroke. So you can see the officials just getting the backstroke ledges in, ready for the swimmers as they all line up there. So looking, and that was we saw Kathleen Dawson in action this morning in this one. Katie Shanahan, Freya Colbert, Ellis Shields, Holly McGill, Anna Green. These guys are all in the A final this evening. Visitors from Swim Island, Maria Godden, 2 Denmark swimmer, Folker Tind and Rika Kanstrup, all find themselves in the A final. As I said, we had a number of international swimmers this morning, as well as a number of some of our very top level British and Scottish swimmers. We had some exciting finishes this morning, I think, Paul, didn't we? And a number of meet records falling. And not necessarily in the fastest heat either. So perhaps the opportunity for those records to fall further this evening. Only time will tell.
I think we're going to get a few records that are going to fall tonight. Some people were kind of holding back. We expect some good head-to-head battles, I think, tonight. Certainly the GB swimmers who are very kind of used to competing against each other, but throw in the kind of international element, and that makes it a little bit more exciting, I think. They've got good performances from the Danish swimmers specifically, some of the Swedes as well. Some of the Irish certainly are right there at the top.
They
in
were
terms
indeed,
of positions.
yes, yeah. Those green caps, coming into the wall ahead of the rest of the field, and very close swimming this morning. So it will be an exciting final session. So do tune in to watch whether or not you have a swimmer taking part. Be some good swimming and some exciting action to look forward to. But we're here this afternoon at Tollcross, and it's just the junior session. So in the pool at the moment is heat 1 of event 125. We have 3 swimmers: Chloe Merson from West Lothian in lane 3, Zara Dunn from City of Glasgow in lane 4, and Macy McCafferty in lane 5 from Macy Swims with West Lothian swim team. And teammate Chloe Merson is leading the field at the halfway mark. Turns there, 1:19.01. So these girls' entry times are all around the 2:44 mark. Looking at this, we're There are a number of juniors already in the B final this evening. But fastest junior in the junior is 2:28, so I think it's going to have to be at least a 2:30, 2:31 to get yourself into the final.
That's a tough ask for
It is a
this
tough ask.
afternoon,
Maybe there's a tough ask this afternoon, but that's what they'll have to aim for, I think, to get themselves in there. So the girls are in the final 50 metres turned now, and it's in the lead has turned to the 15-year-old from City of Glasgow, Zara Dunn. Just got the advantage over Chloe Merson. We'll see whether Chloe can respond. Looks like she is, and is getting herself caught up and alongside the City of Glasgow swimmer. So it's who's going to get into the wall first here. It is going to be pretty close. Looks like it's possibly City of Glasgow, Zara Dunn, as she just moves ahead and gets the advantage in the closing stages there, ahead of Chloe Merson, and Macy McClafferty from West Lothian will finish in third place. So the time there, 2:44. 2:44.29, so pretty much on entry times for these three girls this afternoon. As we move on to the second heat, and this is the second heat of 4.
Yeah, they went out when around about 1:19, I think, for that first 100s. Gave themselves a good chance there. Wonder what we're going to go out in this time. See if anyone can dip under the 2:40 mark. Entry time's 2:41 for the swimmers in the centre lanes here. And the swimmers just exit the pool. Got Kerry Sinnott in line 0 right at the top. Another one of these Bells Hill swimmers. Macy Carty goes in lane number 1 for Fauldhouse. Iris Ware from Rutherglen goes in lane number 2. Maddie Barber from Highland in 3. Isla Petrie from Monifieth in 4. Ellen McPhee from Fauldhouse in 5. Amy Rowell from City of Glasgow in 6. Katie Smart from Perth City in 7. Amy Jones, West Lothian in 8. And Olivia Caldwell goes in lane number 9. So entry times here, 2:41 to 2:43. Nice positive start there for Ellen McPhee there from Fauldhouse. All the swimmers, with the exception of Maddie Barber, are in contention for the junior final. But you said, Jackie, it's going to be quite a tough ask there for the
It is going to be a
juniors,
tough ask on the basis of their entry times, Paul. I mean, I think you're looking around 2:32. May get you in. That's the best I could say. May get you in, I think. Looking at these times here.
Yeah, they come up to the halfway point. We'll just check the splits here as they go down to halfway. We're 1:19 that previous heat, and that saw us come back in 2:44. It's going to be a little bit faster this time, yeah, 1:17.42. So right about that kind of range for the almost on the 2:40 mark. So if I can come back at a strong pace, might just dip under the 2:40 here, and that'll be a good swim. It is still Ellen McPhee who's gone out really fast, and she is holding that one. 2 lanes down from her. Katie Smart from Perth City with that red cap, just pulling into second position. But it does look like, as they come to the final turn now, Ellen McPhee is going to just take this one. We'll just check the distance as she goes over. Yeah, 2 or 3 metres there for Ellen McPhee, maybe about a 3-second or so advantage on the rest of the field. That's a decent turn as well as she goes through. Coming strongly up at the top, it looks like it is Macy Carty in lane number 1. It's another name we've been speaking about a few times today already. Olivia Caldwell coming on strong at the bottom here. Olivia Caldwell, we saw her in the very first event of this afternoon's session. 200 metres individual medley, so she's doing the 200 metres double. And Ella McPhee in through the wall now, under the 240, 239.37, with Caldwell finishing like an absolute train there on the outside lane. 239.70 in second, with Amy Jones in third. Well, that was excellent time there. Ella McPhee, excellent time from Olivia Caldwell. So 2:39 there for both the leading two in that second heat. And in the third heat, there is the lineup for this one. So 4 heats at this 200 backstroke. We're moving into heat number 3, edging ever closer to the potential qualifying times for the B final, or for the junior final, you would say. But it's been one of the high quality events, this one. So it's quite a tough ask for the swimmers this afternoon. It's quite a big jump in time, isn't it, for them to qualify for these finals?
It is, yeah. Yes,
Some of the events we saw this morning, we didn't see much of a, not much of an improvement needed. But for this one, it's a huge improvement, isn't it?
It's a big ask for these girls, yes, But it's good to see that they're getting in and giving it a go.
Yeah,
so move on to
goals, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. They're looking to improve their entry times. So here we go. Heat 3, lane 0. Lucy Morgan, University of Aberdeen. Sadie Faulkner from St Thomas goes in lane 1. Kira Bain from Highland, lane 2. 3, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 4, Madison Christophorus, Aberdeen Dolphins. 5, Imogen Lowy from West Aberdeen. Sorry, I beg your pardon, South Aberdeen. My apologies. Lane 6, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bath. 7, Eva Gordon, City of Glasgow. 8, Abby Henderson from Rutherglen. And 9, Jessie Norris from Best. So as the girls go into the wall, it's pretty tight there in the centre of the pool. Lanes 4 and 5, Madison Christophorus and Imogen Lowy turning together just about there, I think. But lane 9 swimming well. She's probably got herself an advantage over the field. Lane 9 is Jessie Norris, the 16-year-old from Best.
It's a pretty good contest, this one, isn't it?
It is. It's pretty tight there.
3 of them all in a row in the middle.
Yep, and of course, swimming in lane 9. But it looks like Leah Rafferty's just got herself ahead as the girls are going to go into the turn, the Western Bartonshire swimmer.
That might be the outside lane, Jessie Norris.
I think that was the outside lane. Indeed it was. There we go. Jessie Norris and Leah Rafferty. You're 1 and 2 at the halfway mark. Imogen Lowy in behind her and Madison Christophorus in 4th. But still high.
Must be coming. Have we had the hot heat already, this one? This is heat number 3, must be number 4.
I think this might be the one that we chose 4 for, Paul.
Ah, right, okay.
Yes, because I haven't heard that familiar music. As Leah Rafferty continues to swim well from Western Bartonshire. I think she's going to get herself turning first, closely followed by lane 9, Jessie Norris. So it's Leah Rafferty and Jessie Norris. I think Jessie may have had the better turn there. And just got herself an advantage ahead of Leah. So can Leah respond to Jessie as the girls come down to the halfway mark of the final length. Heading into final meters here, and Jessie is swimming really well. The 16-year-old, her entry time 2:41.47. This heat looks a little bit slower than previously, but actually Leah has now got herself well in front of the field, and she's going to touch first. In behind her, it will be Imogen Lowy and Jessie Norris in 3rd place. So Leah's finish time there, 2:39.61. And an entry time of 2:38.18. And there we go, Paul.
Here we are.
So, yeah, definitely heat 4. We hadn't missed the hot heat for this
good.
one. Okay.
That's good to know.
So heat 4.
Yeah, there's Leah Rafferty just confirmed as the winner of that one, with Imogen Lowy and Jessie Norris in 2nd and 3rd position. So the hot heat is on its way. And that is heat number 4.
And we don't have Isla Wetton competing for that. I don't think we have a swimmer in lane 8.
Oh, she'll be kicking herself to
She
miss
will
the top
indeed
heat.
when she realised what she's missed the opportunity of trying to win. So we have 9 swimmers in this heat. Chloe Kirk, Milngine Bears Den, lane 0. Another Chloe Semple from Rutherglen in lane 1. 2, Ailey Lorona from Warren de Bath. 3, Lisa McNair from First. 4, Isla Miles. Orla Miles from South Aberdeen. 5, Jocelyn Mackenzie, Milngine Bears Den. 6, Charlotte Duffin, Warren de Bath. 7, Zara Denson, Monifeith. As I said, a empty lane 8 and 9, Abigail Hill, Milngine Bears Den. So the girls' entry times here, 2:35.69 through to 2:37.60. So we'll see what they can do, as we've spoken about what the time that they need to try and achieve and how difficult this is probably for the JAR juniors this afternoon. But it's about getting in there, having a swim, see what you can achieve. One never knows. So it's the centre of the pool. We've got a little bit of an arrow shape going on there, I think. Lane 5, Jocelyn Mackenzie from Milngine Bears Den. In behind her, Orla Miles, South Aberdeenshire, and Zara Denson from Monifeith. 3 of our older swimmers in this heat. A couple of 3 14-year-olds, 4 14, well, we would have had 4, but lane 8 is empty. So it's Jocelyn Mackenzie and Chloe Kirk, also swimming well over there in lane 0. Chloe in 2nd place at the halfway mark.
Well, it's pretty much all to play for at the halfway point, isn't it? Because
it is indeed, yes.
This hot heat. And I think there's probably about 3 or 4 swimmers still in contention here. Maybe lane number 7 coming through really well. That's Sarah Denson. Jocelyn Mackenzie was in 1st place, but is she still going to be there if they come up to this turn? The angle can be sometimes deceiving as you see it kind of at this camera angle here, but as they flatten out, that's a better angle as they go over the turn. Yeah, and Zara Denson looks like it might be her who's just leading it, but Jocelyn Mackenzie is not too far away. And who is going to have the push on this final stretch now? Chloe Kirk still very much in it at the top here. And also Lisa McNair. It is going to be a very close hot heat, this one. Lisa McNair coming back strongly in lane number 3. Denson is going well in 7. It's between the 4 of them here. And as they flatten out, they'll come alongside us at the commentary position. It looks like it might be Zara Denson, maybe with just the edge here. Is she going to take the prize here from lane number 7? There's not much in it at all, but it is Denson. Look at that, 2:38.42 for Zara Denson. So well done, Zara Denson. That's contest there. Lisa McNair in 2nd, Jocelyn Mackenzie in 3rd place, all in the 2:38 range.
And so, another hot heat straight into that. We must have gone 4-1 then, Paul, when we were picking the numbers. So it's now the turn of the men, the 200 metre backstroke. We've got 3 heats in this event for the boys this afternoon. And some of the swimmers have already swam this morning, not in this event, but there's a couple of familiar names to us here. So the first heat has 4 swimmers.
Looks like we've got 5 this one.
We've got 5 swimmers.
Yeah, it's been an addition.
There seems to have been, so we'll wait for, there we go. We've got Ewan Watson from Renfrew Baths, Fraser Gemmell from First, Cole Murphy, City of Glasgow, Hamish Maxwell from South Ayrshire, and Finlay Brown. I'm afraid I missed his club there. Paul, did you catch that for Finlay Brown? He seems to be the addition in to this, certainly from the start sheets that we have in front of us anyway. So 200 metre backstroke, heat 1 of 3.
Yeah,
so as Paul said, it can be quite deceptive on this screen that we're watching in front of us, and we're trying to watch what's going on in the pool at the same time. But, so it is Finlay Brown is turning first there after the first 50. Cole Murphy second. and Ewan Watson in third.
Yeah, 3 swimmers. It looks like the man who's been added is going to make the most of his opportunity, I think, Finlay Brown, as he stretches away at the front of the field here.
There we go. So Finlay Brown is from East Lothian. And we'll just have a look at some of the times here to see what the boys are going to have to do. So
Finlay Brown is leading them through by a couple of seconds here. Cole Murphy in second, Ewan Watson in third position, but Finlay Brown looks like he's going to be the favourite for this one. He's gone out in a 1:12 as opposed to a 1:14 for the second place swimmer, which was Cole Murphy. But he is coming home his advantage here. The man from East Lothian, Finlay Brown.
So to get into the junior this evening, Paul, it looks to me like they're going to have to swim sub 2:25.
2:37 the entry time for this opening heat, although it does look like Finlay Brown's going a little bit faster than that. It's been a good swim from Cole Murphy in that middle lane here. He's gone ahead of the others in this field, and he is closing Finlay Brown here as they come into the last half length here, but not sure that there's going to be enough pool left for Cole Murphy to eclipse the man in lane number 7. Looks like Finlay Brown, he's going to come home here in lane number 7. He's going to claim this first heat. He's going to claim the prize for the hot heats. Finlay Brown in 2:31.75. Well done to him. And a good swim for second. Cole Murphy 2:33.60. That was an excellent swim from Cole Murphy. Big improvement on the entry time for him.
So we're going to move on to heat 2 there. So there we go. The Finlay Brown got the prize there, as Paul said, and added to our start sheets, but swam well, got himself a wee goodie bag. Well done him. So we move on to heat 3. Sorry, I beg your pardon. We don't move on to heat 3. We move on to heat 2. So we have Campbell McLean, City of Glasgow, lane 0. Lane 1, Taylor Hutton, Incas. 2, Lucas Crawl, Rutherglen. 3, Innisgow, Geary. 4, Finlay Gudici, Renfrew Bath. 5, Nebi Sengula from Highland. 6, Joe Carty, City of Glasgow. 7, Logan McDonald, Bells Hill. 8, James Stewart, Scotia, and 9, Liam Black from Cooper.
Well, Bells Hill been well represented again. This
Indeed.
afternoon, a few of these swimmers. City of Glasgow, a couple of swimmers as well with those blue caps with a white G on them, these Glasgow swimmers. Then 2:32 the entry times for this one. Nice start right at the top there. Lane number 1, Taylor Hutton from Incas. Leads them through, but again, pretty much of a muchness across the field here. City of Glasgow, of course. Seen a number of City of Glasgow swimmers here this weekend. And
Yes.
a big representation from the home club, wasn't it? Do they train here all
They
the
do
time?
train
Is this
here.
is this the main training base?
I believe it is, yes. I think they train at a number of other pools in and around the city, but I think this is the main focus of where the team train. Certainly have their club office here, so I imagine so. Great venue to be your training venue.
Yeah, absolutely.
So these guys will be very familiar with the pool. So let's see what's happening. So lane 7. Logan McDonald, Bells Hill Shark swimmer. He's going to lead the boys in at the halfway mark. Tying in there 1:12.95. Scotia James Stewart coming in behind him, and Innisgow in third. So there's first and second. Got themselves, Logan McDonald and James Stewart got themselves a wee bit removed from the rest of the field out there in the front. But James is continuing to build on his lead. Again, slightly hampered here by the camera angle that I have, but James is going to turn first. Scotia swimmer is going to turn in second. That's sorry, I beg your pardon. Logan McDonald turning first, James Stewart in second. So the Bales Hill Shark swimmer Logan McDonald looks very comfortable out there in the lead. James Stewart, he'll need to watch whether he's going to be caught by lane 3. That's Innes Gow from Geary, who appears to me from this angle certainly to be coming up up in the second, and has got himself up into second. Lanes 1, Taylor Hutton from Incas. Incas in third now, but it is the leader from the beginning, Logan McDonald, who finishes first there, finishing at a time of 2:30.45. Logan entered in a time of 2:33.90, so he'll be happy with that finish time. Some 3 seconds ahead of Innes Gow. 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds a bit. Innes Gow, Taylor Hutton in third. James Stewart found himself in fourth there. And we'll move on to Heat 3, which is the final heat of this event.
Yeah, a couple of fast times there. 2:25.61 for Caleb Giddis in this one, entry time. But good improvement there from Logan McDonald in that previous heat.
Indeed it was, yes. So we'll move on to the final heat before we start on the 50s. 11 heats of the first 50s for the women.
Oh, 11.
That must have been when Duncan threw us this afternoon and said choose a number between 1 and 11.
Oh, right,
I can't remember what we chose there, can
11 heats. Can't remember now. I think it might have been in the middle, possibly.
Possibly, yes.
One of the ones. Just getting one of those ledges checked out there. It's got twisted slightly at the top, so a little bit of a delay. But we are looking at entry times here for this one. Well, as I said, Caleb Giddis in that centre lane is an entry time of 2:25. So we'll see what he can do. That's another one of the Bales Hill swimmers. He goes in that middle lane just with that red cap with a kind of white insignia on it. The full lineup for this one: Kai Fern from Aberdeen Dolphins in 0. Elliot Stephen from Fauldhouse in 1. Matthew Heasley from Ren 96 in 2. Jude Mowbray from City of Glasgow in 3. Caleb Giddis in 4 from Bales Hill. Fergus Reid from Geary goes in lane number 5. Lewis Lothian from East Lothian goes in 6. Aaron Dunn from City of Glasgow in 7. Sam Ross will go for Warrender in lane number 8. And Lachlan Bremner from the Highlands, he goes in lane number 9. So again, a few people returning this afternoon from earlier swims. Going out well in at lane number 2. And that's Matthew Heasley. I think he's going to be first to the wall. Had a very good reaction time on the wall. We can see reaction times on the scoreboard at the other end of the pool. And Matthew Heasley certainly the fastest reaction time out of anyone in this field. And he's built on that early lead here. And as they come down to the halfway point, I wonder if he's still going to continue to be in the lead. Sam Ross going well down here in lane number 8, closest to us. Also in the middle, Caleb Giddis, and 2 lanes up from him is Matthew Heasley. And the top 3, Jackie, pretty much of a muchness there. Only 0.2 of a second between them all as they go through
there really
at the halfway point.
Really wasn't anything to call between them at all, was there? So it's still anyone's race. So let's see what Caleb can do. It's an entry time there, some 5 seconds faster than some of the other entry times. But he hasn't got this all his own way this afternoon, as the 3 boys continue pretty much in a line going into the final turn there. Looks like to me it will be lane 8, I think. Just turns there first. Lane 8 being Sam Ross from Warrender Baths. He's maybe got the advantage coming out of the turn there, just by about half a body length ahead of Caleb Giddis and Matthew Heasley. I think he's probably going to hold this now. Oh, Matthew Heasley really coming back there, really swimming well. over there in lane 2. And I think Matthew's going to take this. Oh, very close at the touch there. Matthew Hazley does get that. 2:28.63. Sam Ross, 2:29.11. And Fergus Reid, 2:29.22. So despite three boys leading more, that was all changed in that final length there. And there's the results confirmed. And then so confirming, we complete event 126 and move on to the first of 11 heats of the 50-meter freestyle for the women this afternoon. And this is event 127. So this may be a challenge, I think, after some of the performances we saw this morning, Paul, to see whether or not these girls can make junior finals. Just see whether we can have a catch up with that.
It's going to be pretty close, I think, in terms of there's 11 heats of this one, as we said, and all of the 11 heats, the swimmers in the 11 heats are just separated by a couple of seconds. So we kind of range from the times in the first heat, 31.60, right down to the times in the last heat, 29.13 is the fastest entry time. So, you know, these 11 heats, if someone can just make a little bit of a burst to the front of the field in one of the heats, they might just propel themselves into an opportunity.
They're going to have to be under
final.
20. I think there's around under these junior times from this morning, all around 28, 27 through to probably 28.83. I think would see them all into the junior final from this morning. So those are the times that the girls have got to be looking at for this afternoon.
Yeah, you wouldn't bet against someone dipping under that 29-second mark.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Lots of opportunity this afternoon for the girls to do that.
Just out of shot there. There's a whole raft of swimmers all queued up to try and in the call-up area. Just at the top of the shot there. The officials getting ready in the middle, but at the top of the shot, we can see it from our position. There's a whole raft of people queued up. Must be about 100 or so people queued up there, which would make sense.
Down in that tiny corner of the pool. You can, on the screen there, you can just see some of the legs of the crowd of swimmers that we have down there. So here we go. We're ready for heat 1 of this 50-meter freestyle. 3 swimmers in this. We have lane 3, Lily Coulter from West Lothian. Her teammate Amy Murray swims in lane 4, and Hannah McCaig from South Ayrshire swims in lane 5. Hannah's only 13 years of age, and the younger swimmer of the 3 of them. And at the halfway, it is the lane 4, Amy Murray, I think, who just has the advantage, but Lily Coulter very much swimming stroke for stroke alongside her, but it is going to be Amy Murray first, Lily Coulter second, and Hannah McCaig third in the first of our 50-meter freestyle. The time there, 30.33 for Amy.
It's impressive there, 30.33. Decent start to these heats of 50 freestyle there. It's the second heat now. Robin Bowles from first in 0, Hayden Holmes from best in 1, Lauren Brawley, Falthouse in 2, Taylor McKenzie from Monifieth in 3, Katie Gillis from Renfrew in 4, Megan Mackay from Highland in 5, Lisa McNair from first in lane 6, Iris Ware from Brothergill in 7, Chloe Merson from West Lothian in lane number 8. So again, entry times 31.04 through to 31.50. So again, there could be danger all over the pool here. Well, lane number 5 going well. That's Megan Mackay. No one in lane 0, but we do have the other swimmers 1 to 8. And it might be Katie Gillis now in lane number 4, just stretching through and right at the top there. Hayden Holmes going well, and it might be Hayden Holmes will take it. 30.19. Another improvement, another swim from the outside lane. Impressing us there. Chloe Merson second, Katie Gillis in third.
We've seen a number of outside lane swims So good outside lane swims, get themselves up into first place, I think, over the afternoon, and some good ones this morning as well, Paul.
Yeah.
So it's not all about what happens in the centre of the pool, is it?
Olivia Colville's had a busy afternoon, and she goes in that lucky outside lane for the next one. What's she going to do?
Let's watch this then. So heat 3, lane 0, Olivia Caldwell, City of Glasgow, Kerry Sinnott from Bells Hill Shark in lane 1. 2, Abigail Hill, Mulgine Bears Den. 3, Mary Lorana from Warren de Bath. 4, Emily McGee, Farnoosti. 5, Elena Sanderson from Perth City. In 6, Erin Collins first. 7, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow, teammate Angeli Pavry in 8. And 9, Sophie Clark from Monifieth. Oh, there really isn't a lot to call here, but I think it may well be City of Glasgow against Mulgine Bears Den. Lane 2, lane 6, but it's the Mulgine Bears Den swimmer Abigail Hill that's going to take this, and she does so in a time of 30:18. And behind her, Erin Collins 30:59 and Kerry Sinnott 30:71. So still looking to get these swimmers under the 30-second mark. We're edging closer and closer as we move on to heat 4.
Just 1/100th shy of the better than the time in that previous heat there, so 30.18 is the best time so far. There's the lineup: Casey Dixon, Daisy Gildea, Emily Dawson, Kira Gregg, Caitlin Morton, India Leonie Bryden, Lucy Morgan, Manon Shimbry, Eva Robertson and Isla Petrie. 13-year-olds in this one: Casey Dixon, Daisy Gildea, and also Caitlin Morton in that centre lane in lane number 4. Good start in a very outside lane there. Casey Dixon from Rutherglen also going well, a few lanes inside her. Just on the top of those yellow lanes is Kira Gregg in lane number 3. Is it going to be Kira Gregg who just gets this one, or is it going to go to Casey Dixon in the outside lane? Everyone coming in together. And it is Caitlin Morton in the centre lane. How did she grab that one? By 2/100ths of a second, she wins it ahead of Eva Robertson. Casey Dixon just 5/100ths behind. My goodness, that was close, that one. And again, just outside that 30-second mark.
Getting there though, Paul, getting there. Now we move on to heat 5. So we have Victoria Niven, Leonie Bedborough, Asia Gordon, Anna Perry, Chloe Semple, Faye Hunter, Amy Hislop, Laurie Joyce, Alana Wilson and Casey Drummond. And this is heat 5. Very good start there in lane 8, Eva Robertson, I beg your pardon, Alana Wilson. Swimming well over in lane 0. Victoria Niven, we've seen her in action earlier this afternoon. I think the placings are going to come from the far side of the pool. Victoria Niven, Leonie Bedborough, Ailsa Gordon all battling out there. Amy Hislop got herself into the mix there as well. Amy Hislop in lane 6. So we have the Aisla Gordon, Victoria Niven, Amy Hislop are your 1, 2 and 3. And we can hear the familiar music. And heat 6 is a hot heat. So that goodie bag to play for here.
Well, we saw the first one under the 30-second mark. That was Gordon in that previous heat. We cannot get any more here. Annabelle Scatterty, Thea Glenn, Kira Bain, Amber Littlejohn, Iona Henderson, Kira Finlayson, Molly Weir, India Marshall, Ava Gallagher and Emily McCusker. And we have it, in fact, no one in that centre lane, so no Kira Finlayson in lane number 5, but we do have a very close contest here in lane 0 to 4. Not much to choose, any of them. Annabelle Scattery going very well in the outside lane, also going well closer to us. Iona Henderson and Amber Littlejohn in 4 and 3. It might be the outside lane, but it might be lane number 4 coming through now. Iona Henderson, is it? Very close, but it is Henderson, 29.56. She will take that one. Iona Henderson will take the hot heat, 29.56. Great time as well. 4 swimmers under 30-second mark there. Good swim from the outside lane again.
Yeah, was indeed, wasn't it? So it definitely shows you don't need to be in the centre of the pool to to find yourself in first place after your heat, anywhere in the pool. So we move on to Heat 7. Ella Cunningham, Kaera Bailey, Poppy Shaw, Imogen Lowy, Emily McDougall, Georgia Dickey, Milana Lowy, Rachel McDonald, Chloe Kirk and Orla Miles. Make your lineup for Heat 7. Probably is the centre of the pool this time though, I think. With lanes for Emily McDougall and Georgia Dickey, the Highland and Dumfries swimmers respectively. I think the Highland swimmer has got the advantage now. She's going to bring the field home. Emily McDougall, Georgia Dickey right in behind her, however. And there, I think it might have been lane 2. Poppy Shaw got herself into third. Indeed she did. So the finish time there for the girls. Just wait for that to come up. 29.80, I beg your pardon. It's a little bit slower than the previous heat, but a good, with a disqualification in lane 0 for a technical infraction.
Yeah, we didn't have one of the lanes, and that DQ's just been confirmed there on the scoreboard here, so that's unfortunate. Can go on to heat number 8. They're ripping through these heats. Only 4 heats to come.
I know.
There we are. The lineup for this one: Lauren Stewart, Jessica Smith, Beth Craig, Emma Binney, Sophie Portier, Naomi Wilson, Iona Hickson, Alexandra Miller, Olivia Payton, and Hannah Edmondson. I think we have all the swimmers here. Like a fast start there from Lauren Stewart right up at the top there in lane 0. Jessica Smith not too far away as well. It's very, very difficult to pick who is edging this one. Not much in it at all. Also going well right down at the bottom is Hannah Edmiston. But maybe in the centre lanes trying to come through now. Sophie Portier from Warrender, but it might just go to the home swimmer in the outside lane again. Look at that. Hannah Edmiston takes it 29.27 from lane 9. Great swim from her. But Lauren Stewart right up at the other end of the pool in lane 0, 30.02 in second, with Sophie Portier in the middle in third.
Well, certainly was spread across the pool there. For first, second and third places. As we move on to heat number 9. We have Phoebe Murdoch, Gabriella Winton, Ava Marco, Natalie Setsko, Ella McGeorge, Alice Cumming, Scarlett Robinson, Anna Campbell, Helen McPhee and Jocelyn McKenzie. We have everybody there in the pool. Good start here over nearest us by Jocelyn McKenzie, the 18-year-old from Milngavie and Bearsden. But it is lane 5, Alice Cumming, the City of Glasgow swimmer. We've seen her in action already today, who is leading the field. She's being challenged over there in lane 1, Gabriella Winton. But I think Alice Cumming is going to hold the field, and indeed she's going to touch first there. In behind her, Gabriella Winter and Natalie Shetzo. Finish time there for Alice, 28.91. So we are getting close to these juniors finding themselves in the junior final this evening. It's not an exact science from the results we have in front of us. So we can only give you our best guess.
Yeah. She's been on fire, hasn't she?
Alice Cumming
Today,
is having a good first day at this Glasgow International Swim Meet, indeed.
Here's the lineup for heat number 10. Ava Ross goes in 0, Jessica Hill in 1, Perry Scobie in 2, Gina Wren in 3, Amy Owenson in 4, Mira McPhee in 5, Lily Mundell in 6, Alice Perry in 7, Madison Christophorus in 8, and Kate Nolan in lane number 9. No swimmer in 1 this time, so no Jessica Hill, but we do have the others. What a good start that we saw there in lane number 6. Looks like Lily Mundell. She is maybe just edging it here. Coming back also in lane number 2, Perry Scobie from Stirling. But it is, I think, Lily Mundell from Heart of Midlothian into the wall. The 13-year-old, look at that. 27.98 for the 13-year-old Lily Mundell. That was excellent, wasn't it? 29.03 in second. But a convincing win there. 27.98. Oh, that is very close to a B final position. Well, it might get her. Does it get in a reserve place? It'll get a reserve position for that B final for the
At the moment,
13-year-old.
certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
So any withdrawals, we might see her in.
We might see her in the
some
B
of the top
final.
swimmers.
So as we move into the final heat of this event, so we've got Tilly Lackey, Cara Gumbrell, beg pardon, Emma McGavin, Emma Leggett, Madison Stewart, Daisy McInnes, Caitlin Frame, Keisha McCormack, Kira Pemble and Sophia Fallon. So good starts there by the girls. And this final heat, lane 6, Caitlin Frame from first, had a good start there, but they've all caught up alongside her. Zeros through to lanes 3, pretty much in a line over there on the far side from us. I think your winners are going to come from over at the far side, but who is it going to be? Lane 2, I think. Going to get that. Indeed she does. Emma McGavin from Hamilton Bath, 29.03. So yeah, very good chance that our the winner of Heat 10 will find herself certainly in pole position for the junior final, and maybe, as we say, a reserve for the B final.
Yeah, I think
Time
she's
will
sitting in
tell.
second reserve at the minute as we're kind of trying to work this out manually. But it looks like she'll certainly get another swim tonight, Lily Mundell. That was excellent. Now we move on to the men's event. This again is going to be fast and furious. The men's 50 metres freestyle, just 9 heats of this one. And in this first heat, Daniel McShane in 1, Caleb Simpson in 2, Liam Black in 3, Lewis McDonald in 4, James Stewart in 5, Keir Campbell in 6, and Elliot Stephen in lane number 7. 28.40 is the fastest entry time for this one. What we saw in the women's races, that these times have been getting beaten this afternoon regularly. And into the wall first is Caleb Simpson, 27.76. Again, a big improvement on the entry times and under the 28-second mark. You will be delighted with that one. And here's the result. Just 1/100 separating Keir Campbell and Daniel McShane in second and third.
So just having a look at this poll times from this morning. We're looking at himself up into the B final, sub 24.89. We've just seen it happen in the girls possibly, so who knows what the boys will do. We've got 9 heats for here. So lane 2, Logan McDonald, Callan Forsyth, Kyle Mossman, Aaron Russell, Ronan Payne, Jed Armitage, Effie Epipoglu, Aaron Dunn, Nathan Lilly and Ross Hutchison. And lane 9, Ross Hutchison, the 15-year-old from Montefieth. Swam a good first half there, but it's over at the far side of the pool, and maybe lane 6. Lane 6 may have got that. Effie Epipoglu, the South Ayrshire, Carl Mossman in behind him. Time, and Aaron Russell in third, 27.80, 27.96 and 27.97. So 27.80 for Effie from South Ayrshire.
Similar to the first heat time there, only 4/100 separating them, but here's the lineup for heat 3. I wonder if anyone can challenge that time. They would hope to, I think. Entry times 27.5 to high 27s. Hamish Maxwell, George Hodgkinson, Fraser van der Meulen, Fraser Cowan, Adam McLaren, John Thompson, Kyle Simpson, Matthew Heasley, Nebi Singular and Joe Carty. Oh, in fact, no one is going in lane number 7, so no Matthew Heasley. But in the centre lane, looking good. It looks like it might be Adam McLaren in lane number 4 who's going to lead them home. He has been challenged, but McLaren's going to win this one comfortably, I think. In 26.49, yeah, 0.7 of a second almost the difference between him and Fraser van der Meulen. And Fraser Cowie in third position. So good swim there from Adam McLaren, bringing us into the 26-point range.
Yep, getting ever faster. So we'll see where we move on to heat 4. Ethan Mulligan, Leo Baker, Mark Watchorn, Dylan Mitchell, Kyle Harper, Lewis Lothian, Brandon Aitchison, Lachlan Bremner, Kai Fern, I beg your pardon, Callum Mackenzie. So here we go. Good start by the boys there as we move up to the halfway mark. And lane 0, Ethan Mulligan swimming well, the Slothian swimmer. Looks like he's got the advantage, but he's certainly being challenged. Alongside him, Leo Baker. The 2 and 2 is going to come from over there, though. Leo Baker first, 26.82. Ethan Mulligan in second, 26.85, and the South Ayrshire swimmer Kyle Harper in 27.25 in third place. As we move on to heat 5, which is a hot heat.
Wow, the hot heats.
Another hot heat.
Clicking fast. Who is going to take this one? Who's going to take the goodies? Kyle Muirhead, Ewan Gray, Red Dress, Pejolski. Didn't see him this morning. I wonder if he's going to take the start. Yeah, it looks like he's here this time. Declan Kay, Jimmy Lynn, Ewan Jones, Liam Johnson, Dean Bargatti, Henry Chevalier Barnes, and Stephen Laws. That's the lineup for this one. All of the swimmers are there. It looks like it might be lane number 3 here. Declan Kay, we're off to a good start. Also in the outside lane is Kyle Muirhead coming through very strongly in the middle. Jimmy Lynn, but I'm not sure he's going to catch Declan Kay. And that outside lane swimmer, Kyle Muirhead, into the wall. Very close here, but it might be right in the outside. Kyle Muirhead takes it. And that lane 0 is paying some dividends today, with Kyle Muirhead taking it from the outside lane. Declan Kay in second. Those two were almost in the lead pretty much from the start, and they held on there, but 26.18 for Kyle Muirhead to take that one. Excellent stuff.
So we're on to heat 6 now then, Paul. Robbie Carlisle, Scott Mitchell, David Landman, Nikolai Cisnet, Harris Japp, Taylor Hutton, Connor Brearley, Callan Weir, Andrew Smitten and Adam Miller. So this is heat 6. So just waiting for the screen to flatten out, but I think it's lane 1. Scott Mitchell from Glenrothes, swimming really well there. He's got the lead ahead of Nikolai Cisnet, but really tight coming into the wall there. Scott Mitchell in first, Nikolai Cisnet second. And third place goes to Callan Weir. Times there 26.40, 26.51, 26.58.
Nice to see a win for Glenrothes, my old club.
Ah, your old club, Paul. Ah,
yeah,
how many years ago is it since you swam with Glenrothes then?
Oh,
or do we not care to mention that?
I've run out of fingers. Do that.
But only just, Paul, only just.
Here's the next one. Ewan Mitchell, Katie McLaughlin, Lewis Husson, Mark Hutchin, Ewan Watson, Jack Simpson, Cole Morrison, Blair McKean, Dylan McCombie and Matthew Martin. That's the lineup for this heat number 7 of the 9 heats. Again, very close. This one is going to be Lewis Husson maybe in lane number 2 off to a decent start. Also going well, Cade McLaughlin in lane number 1. He might just be edging lane number 2, so it's 1 and 2. Again, the action taking place right at the top here. It's going to go to lane 1, I think. Cade McLaughlin will take it, 26.11. Again, some good times we're seeing here. Some big improvements on the 50-metre times. 26.11. Are we going to get anybody under the 26 mark in the heats? 2 heats to follow.
Certainly on the basis of entry times, Paul, I think we should see that. So we move on to heat 8. We have Hayden Mackenzie, Tom Armitage, Cameron Shaw, Benji Jeffries, Kyle Wong, Ben Montgomery, Rory Calvert, Rhys Edwards, Ishmael Shalaby and James Bodie. Good start by the boys there. much to call between them. I think, however, it's probably lane 3 who has the advantage there. Benji Jeffries from South Ayrshire. Looks like he's going to lead the field in. Very tight from behind him. Benji Jeffries in first there, 25.91, the first sub 26 of the swimming this afternoon in this event. Cameron Shaw second and James Cuddy in third. 25.91. May just is certainly getting close to.
Yeah, he's what, 16 years of age?
16 years of
Yeah,
age.
so
So
he's in contention for that junior final.
I think it does. I think it does. Yes.
It's going to be close
Needs to keep an eye on the results as they're published in this final heat.
So
a lot of the boys are already sub 26, aren't they, Paul?
yeah, final lineup for this one: Alex Tinch, Kane Buchanan, Adam Thompson, Roy Stobie, Oliver Tyson, Titus Pike, Conor Mitchell, Nathan Campbell, Alex Taylor, and Jack Doherty Simpson. Well, Titus Pike going well in lane number 5 again. Good stuff at the top of the pool here in lane 0. Alex Tinch going well. It's going to be very tight as well. Maybe right down at the bottom, Nathan Campbell. It is Nathan Campbell. 25.49 for Nathan Campbell. Again, we've seen another improvement for him. Titus Pike in the middle there, 25.73. And 4 swimmers under the 26-second mark, but 25.49 for Nathan Campbell. He's not in the juniors though, is he? He's 18 years of age.
So, yeah.
But a good swim, nevertheless. Wow, great swim.
Yes, I don't think that won't see him into the senior finals this evening. But as you said, a good swim, and we'll now move on to breaststroke, and it's event 129, the women's 50-meter breaststroke. And we have 7 heats of this event. So this is heat 1 in front of you, and just going into the pool. Abigail, beg your pardon. So we have Abigail Hill, Iona Lynn, Amy Murray, Olivia Dargy, Amy Weir, Sophia Fallon, Ailey Norana, Imogen Lau, Leon Moore, and Laura Pilkington. And it's over in lane 1. Iona Lynn swimming well there. Got us the slight advantage of Amy Murray swimming alongside her. It's all going to come down to the closing meters here. I think it may just be lane 1. Iona Lynn, Amy Murray, Leanne Moore are your 1, 2, and 3.
And Laura Pilkington here is the para swimmer. Scottish record holder, Jackie, 59.20, so watch out for her time.
Finishing time there.
Oh, just over the 1 minute mark for Laura, so not too far away from her own Scottish record there, Laura Pilkington. Bang on it. 1 minute, .42 for her. But it was Iona Lynn at the front of the field who took that one. Amy Murray in second position, but Laura Pilkington just outside her own Scottish record. I know she sets high standards for herself, Laura. She'll be disappointed not to dip under that 1 minute mark, but she was close. So next heat is on its way. Tilly Lake, Faye Hunter, Blair Duncan, Billy Coulter, Ella Cunningham, Maisie McCafferty, Katia Wilson, Taylor McKenzie, Megan Mackay, and Grace Blair. That's the lineup for this one, and the 40-second barrier is in the sights of all these swimmers in this particular heat. They're all entered in the 40-second range, apart from Grace Blair, who entered in 41.00. But coming through in the middle, though, looks like it might be Ella Cunningham. In lane number 4 is going to bring them home here. Ella Cunningham from City of Glasgow. Again, had a busy day, the swimmer in lane number 4, and she is under the 40-second mark. 39.52 for her. So just waiting for confirmation of that result. Here we come now. Ella Cunningham confirmed and at the top spot. Megan Mackay in second, and Katia Wilson winning that really close contest for third.
And we move on to heat 3. Rachel Donald, Kira Anderson, Erin Faulkner, Eve McAlam, McWillam, Josie Grimes, Helen Black, Erin Collins, Chloe Semple, Natalie Secho and Mary Norona. Surfacing first was lane 4, but up alongside of it, swimming really well over in lane 1. We have Kira Anderson from West Lothian. She's possibly got the advantage at the moment. Lane 0, again, Rachel Donald, swim IT. As we can see, Kira Anderson she's going to lead the field in. Bit of a battle going on for second place. Lane 5, Helen Black. She's going to get second there. Third place went to Josie Grimes. So Kira Anderson, 39.22 for her. She'll be pleased with that. That's an improvement on her entry time. And we can hear the familiar music of a hot heat, Paul.
Hot heat coming up. So who's going to take this one? Madison Cool, Olivia Flockert, Isla Cool, Rebecca Strachan, Amy Dobson, Maya Reynard, Cara Gumbro, Emma Binney, Beth Hunter and Miriam McPhee. Those are the contenders for this hot heat. And really all the entry times only within 0.4 of a second, so could be a really close one. Could be absolutely anyone who takes this one. Cara Gumbro off to a good start in lane number 6. Maya Reynard 1 lane down from her in lane number 5. Look at that in the top though. Madison Cool and Olivia Flockert going really well in the outside lane here. Also going well. Well, Emma Binney possibly in lane number 7 coming through, but it looks like it might be Madison Cool. Might just take this hot heat here in the outside lane, and it is into the wall. Madison Cool 38.01 from the outside lane, 38.37 for second position there, and that was Emma Binney and Olivia Flockart in third. So the outside lane again having some success. Madison Cool taking the prize.
And we move on to Heat 5. Anna Bemi, Ellen Denny, Sarah Kay, Lizzie Wyke, Hannah Lindsay, Lily McCary, Lauren Elder, Molly Irvin Watson, Hannah Ormiston and Manon Shrembury. So, girls here are all swimming around 38.39. Just had a look there, we need to be I think less than 37.44 to get into the junior final this evening. Having seen some good junior swims this morning, and yet again we're going to be talking about lane 0. Anna Bemi from East Cavan. She's got ahead, but the Hamilton Bath swimmer Hannah Lindsay is certainly challenger. It's all going to be into the wall. I think Hannah got that. Indeed she did. 38.55. Sarah Kay 38.86 and Anna Bemi in third place. Good swim again from the outside lane, but this time the winner came from lane 4, Hannah Lindsay, the 15-year-old from Hamilton Baths.
Yeah, lane 0 doing really well here.
It is. We're speaking about that more than any other lane, I think, at the moment, Paul.
Jessica Smith in it this time, alongside Daisy McInnes, Callan Ray, Katie Campbell, Melissa Minnie, Katie Gillis, Lexi Lamont, Anna Lawson, Katie Anderson and Iona Henderson. We've got everyone, yeah we do. And it's a nice start there for Katie Campbell, just ahead of Melissa Minnie, and also lane 1 this time Daisy McInnes going well. Down in 6 and 7 Lexi Lamont and Anna Lawson. Again very close to call this one. Daisy McInnes possibly just with the edge here. Melissa Minnie coming through in lane number 4. McInnes right up there with a blue cap. Might just get to the wall first here. It looks like it is going to be McInnes into the wall there. 37.63 for Daisy McInnes. So again, right up there at the top. Taking the spoils there. Katie Gillis in second and Lexi Lamont in third. 37.63.
Getting close there, Paul, but only time will tell. See what happens for Daisy, whether she gets herself into the junior final as we move on to the final heat of event 129. We have Cara White, Ava McDermott, Ava Ross, Joanna Calder, Alana Wilson, Millie Barton, Millie Colvin, Kira Hart, Jessie Norris, and Kate Kierans. Oh, and it's the centre of the pool this time that we're going to be talking about. Alana Wilson, the 15-year-old from Bells Hill Shark. Ava Ross, City of Glasgow, is also swimming well. Lane 9, Kate Kierans from East Cavan. Let's see. That camera angle's a little bit misleading there, but it is still the Bells Hill Shark swimmer that is leading the field. As Ava Ross tries to challenge, but she's going to run out of water. Ooh, and that was Alana Wilson, Ava Ross, Jessie Norris were you 1, 2 and 3 in the final heat of this event. There's the times confirmed, 36.16 for Alana Wilson, 37.50, 37.68 for Ava and Jessie respectively. And we move on to the men's 50-metre breaststroke, and it's event 130. I'm not sure how many heats we have for that. We have 5 heats before we move on to the final event of the afternoon, which is the men's 1500-metre freestyle. There's 2 heats in that, but only the one heat will be swum in this afternoon session. But the fastest heat will be swum in the final session that starts later on this afternoon. So in the pool we have Hamish Coates, Riley Griffin and Stephens Nastyuk. Just 3 swimmers in this heat. But it is Hamish Coates, the 17-year-old from Best, who is going to lead the field home. I think really this is going to be in age order as the boys come in to finish. Hamish Coates, Riley Griffin, Stephens Nastyuk, 1, 2 and 3. All 3 of them have, remember we said earlier that the boys juniors are classed as 17 and under. So an opportunity to swim a time to get yourself into the junior final for all 3, but not close, unfortunately.
That's good time there.
Good times for the boys there. Good times, yes.
So it's 3 seconds improvement there for Hamish Coates, the best swimmer who was the best in that heat, 34.13. Second heat on its way. We are missing a swimmer, I think. We have Finlay Byrne, Magnus Morris. No swimmer in 3, but we do have Liam Black, Cole Morrison, Kyle Simpson, Gary Nisbet and Cammy McMillan. So right in the outside lane there, Finlay Byrne from first. Looks like he is maybe heading them through. It's very, very tight for second position. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swimmers all in a row really. Coming through at the bottom, Cammy McMillan, but it is going to be the man at the top, Finlay Byrne, into the wall there, ahead of Cammy McMillan and ahead of Kyle Simpson. 34.97 for the winner of that heat. Cammy McMillan in second, Kyle Simpson in third place. But yeah, another big improvement, 2.5 improvement on the entry time for Fraser.
And we move on to heat 3. Rhys Hamilton, Hayden Pritchard, Ross Hutchinson, Liam Johnson, Oscar Mugan-Sharrett, James Boddy, Caleb Simpson, Keir Campbell, John Thompson and Jedriz Podjutski. It goes in lane 9. So this is heat 3. Good start there, the centre of the pool. 2 boys, Oscar Mugan-Sharrett and James Boddy. John Thompson, 19-year-old from Western Bartonshire, also swimming well. John comes from my own club, and it's good to see that he's one of the older swimmers who has continued swimming. But back to the pool over in lane 1. Hayden Pritchard from Geary. Oh, but it's going to be in the centre of the pool. We're going to get the winner, and it's James Boddy, Oscar Mugan-Sharrett. Battle to the end there in first and second, with Hayden Pritchard in third. James Boddy's time 34.83 as we can see on the screen there, and we're moving into heat 4, which is a hot heat.
Ooh,
another one.
So there we are. There's who we're going to see in this hot heat. Nikodem Tronya in 0, Joe Crawford in 1, Aidan Nixon in 2, Tom Armitage in 3, Ethan Collins in 4, Adam Miller in 5, Kyle Connolly in 6, John Mackay in 7, fact, no Kyle Connolly in 6. We'll have John Mackay in 7, Ben Grant in 8, and Kyle Muirhead. Back in the water again. In at lane number 9, Kyle Muirhead started pretty well there. He's just behind John Mackay in lane number 7. And also going well right at the top is Tonyar and Crawford. They go in 0 and 1. Also going well, Ethan Collins in the middle. So a lot of people still in contention here as they come into this final stages. It might just be Crawford in lane number 1, possibly ahead of Trongyar. Oh, they come in absolutely together. Oh, and I thought they were going to share the goodie bag there, but not quite. 3/100ths of a second. And Joe Crawford will take it just ahead of Nikodem Trongyar with Tom Armitage in 3rd. Oh. They must have a spare goodie bag. If it was a dead heat, they must have given it.
You'd like to think so, yes. Never know. I mean, you know, we saw 3 boys at the same time this morning. First swim off. Not coming in first right enough, but, you know, I guess they must have to have a few good spare goodie bags just to cover that possibility, no matter how remote.
Oh, that was close.
It was indeed. This is the final heat. Sorry, final heat of this event, 1-3-0. Finlay Bennett, Titus Pike, Jimmy Lynn, George Hodgkinson, Tyler Stewart, Sam Ross, Aidan McCavish, Fraser van der Meulen, Eklava Singh and Finlay Brown. So Eklava Singh doing well over in lane 1. Titus Pike, the Stirling University swimmer. Possibly could expect him to be leading the field home here. The 19-year-old in and behind him, swimming well. Finlay Bennett. Very close there. Finlay Bennett's just touched out by I think I messed with that, sorry. So Fraser van der Meulen Stirling Swim in 1st, Titus Pike 2nd, and Finlay Bennett in 3rd. So Titus was just touched out by the 14-year-old from Stirling swimming, Fraser van der Meulen. And we move on to the final event. As I said a moment ago, this is the event 131. It's the men's 1500 meter freestyle. There are 2 heats of this event, with 1 heat being swam this afternoon, and the 2nd heat will be swam in this evening's finals. So the technical officials are just organising themselves here. We do have 10 swimmers on the start sheet for this event. Just looking down at poolside, and I think there are 10 swimmers appearing. So this is 1500 meter freestyle. Completely different from what we've just seen with the Fast and Furious 50s, Paul.
Yeah, we can take a breath now.
Certainly a slower pace for the finish of the afternoon.
I do like the 1500s though. You get some close races, some good contests.
Yes, indeed. I've seen some of those. You think over 1500 meters, how on earth can they be battling it in the final meters for first place? You know, but it does happen. It does happen. And the places behind them as well. You know, you can often get a couple in the first and second down the placings, battling it out. But 17:37 is the fastest entry time, but so it is.
We'll see what kind of improvements we can get from this generally, especially with the younger swimmers. We might see some big improvements on the times.
Yeah, they don't often get the opportunity to swim this distance at competition level, so they do a lot of it in training. I'm guessing to want to take this on, but. See what happens. So in this heat we have lane 0, Daniel Hendry, City of Glasgow. 1, Fergus Reid, Geary. 2, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride, with his teammate Jamie Gilchrist swimming in lane 3. 4, Connor Aspinall from East Lothian. 5, from West Lothian is Ewan Jones. 6, Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow. 7, Innes Gow, Geary. 8, Luke Gardner, Ren 96, and 9, Aaron Machin from City of Glasgow. Aaron is the youngest swimmer here in this heat, just 13 years of age, with 4 14-year-olds, 15, and a couple of 16s, 1 16, and the rest are all 17 years of age. So as Paul said, the times here, 17:37.70. The fastest, range to 18:35.43. So we'll see what can happen. for the boys this afternoon as they set off on their 1500 metres. They're now Connor Aspinall is leading the field there. Glasgow in second, and Ewan Jones, I beg your pardon, sorry for stumbling there, in third place after 150 metres.
Yeah, it's a good start there for Connor Aspinall. I'll just check on the pace that he's going as they go through this one, just to see if he's stretching away from the rest of the field or if they might be closing as they get kind of into this. And of course, a number of the swimmers have different tactics. Might try and kind of go kind of quite steady on the first half of the race and pick it up. Some of them will maybe work on maybe 500s, maybe the first 500 steady, try and pick up the second 500, try and pick it up again the next 500. It's difficult to tell what kind of tactics the swimmers will have in this one. Connor Aspinall, though, looking confident enough. He's gone out in, well, he went through in a 104 in the first 100. He's come through in about a 109 and a half on this one. So just keep an eye on what the gap between the first and second position is as they go through that bottom end. We're not getting splits, obviously, at the top end, the end that they're turning at now, but we will get them at the bottom end, so it'll be interesting to see what the kind of gap is when they get there. Glasgow was in second position the last time they hit the split end, and that was 4 second the advantage that Connor Aspinall had, so we'll just check, see what the situation is at the minute. Jamie Gilchrist going well. He looks like he's coming through into second place, one lane up from the leader as they go through the 300 mark. If he continues on that 109.5 pace, you'll be looking at something like a 324. So 325 for the leader. Right, 111 there in that previous 100. Jamie Gilchrist just 111 in that 100 as well. So he's just closing up slightly, but not making much of an impression at this stage.
Long way to go, Paul, and as you said, each and every one of those swimmers and the pool in front of us will have their own race plan. And at these early stages, as long as they can stay in touch with the leaders, then they have a chance. That's not to be misled. Don't allow yourself to be misled by other swimmers, because those that go out fast at the beginning may not have the energy left at the end. Whereas for yourself, if you can conserve that and stay in touch, then who knows where you'll find yourself at the end of the 1500 metre. But it is Connor who's looking very comfortable out there in the lead at the moment, isn't he? With Jamie Gilchrist, the East Kilbride swimmer, in second, and his teammate Finlay Watson in third. Connor turns 1:11.46, so a little bit slower, not much to make too much of a difference. Glasgow had a good 100 there, a bit faster for him. It is Jamie Gilchrist and Finlay Watson who continue to be in second and third and behind Connor Aspinall after 400 metres. So you'll see that the swimmers are given an indication of the number of lengths that they've got left by the officials at the top end of the pool. So they're all going to come down to the turn and show that they have 21 lengths to go. It's Connor's turn there, Jamie Gilchrist's turn, Finlay Watson. So they're still your 1, 2 and 3 at this very early stage of these 1500 metres.
It's interesting that we're not getting the splits at the top end, but the splits we're getting at the bottom end, giving us 100 splits now instead of the 50. So that's quite useful, isn't it, to look at the 100 splits as they go through. It's at the 1/3 distance. Yeah. And he's picked it up slightly, 110.48 there.
He has.
5:47.33. So you just see he's edged a second ahead of Jamie Gilchrist there, and that's where the gap is kind of forming. In third place is still Finlay Watson. Fourth place Glasgow, not too far behind there. And fifth place is Ewan Jones, with sixth place Kyle Connolly. So pretty quite close between third, fourth, and fifth. But the leader is Connor Aspinall. He's led right from the start here. And at this stage, it doesn't look like he's given that one up. But again, we'll check those splits as we get down to the bottom end, just to see what the gap is, to see what the 100 split is, to see if it's closed up any. I think it's safe to say the two of them we can say that they are stretching away from the others in this field. What is going to be the gap here as we go down to the 600 mark? So into the bottom end. Just
Screen to update with the split times there for Connor. 1:11:32. So it's just dropped the pace just a little bit.
Oh, Jamie Gilchrist has just closed very slightly, 0.3 of a second. Still 9 100s left, so it's difficult to do my maths there. 9 100s, isn't it? What's that? 9 minutes, and say it's 1:10, so that's 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes maybe on top of that one. So that'll get you somewhere around about the 17:30 range, which is exactly his entry time, isn't it?
It is indeed. It is indeed. So he's swimming according to that at the moment. Let's see what he can do to bring himself home under that, possibly. He's looking very comfortable out there, but Jamie Gilchrist is still in touch. 5-second gap between the pair of them at the moment. And we'll get the split time for the 100 as the boys come up to the 700 metres. Connor turns there. And he picked up the pace again, 1:10.60, 8:09.25 for him. Boys, he's extended the lead a wee bit there because Jamie just dropped off of his own pace. So, just over a 6-second gap between the pair of them. And then a 9 between Jamie and Finlay. As the two boys remain in second and third place in the field. Ewan Jones in fourth, 8:26 there. So he's just about 2 seconds behind the third place, Finlay Watson, at the moment. So I'm sure he's got Finlay in his sights and looking to close that gap as Connor comes down to the 800 metre mark. Yeah, let's see again. Splits times between him and Jamie.
Yeah, we're in the second half now. That was 750 points, so that was a halfway point at the top end. We're going to the second half of this race, and we'll just check the splits here. It's Connor Aspinall 1:11.86, so the pace has dropped very slightly for Connor there by around about a second, and Jamie Gilchrist just slightly faster, but not by much. Both of them are going slightly slower now as we move into the second half of this one. Again, we're looking at the scoreboard here in the venue, and we look at the red split times means the swimmers are getting slower, the green split times mean they're getting faster, and it was kind of almost about half and half as they reached the 700 mark. We'll see what it is when they reach the 800 mark. So a few swimmers in the pool at the minute getting that little bit faster, but the leading two just finding this pace in the middle section of this race a little bit more difficult, I think, as they come down to the 900 mark. We'll see what the gap is between the two of them. So it is going to be Connor Aspinall now who's going to have that lead. I think just to the naked eye, Jackie, it does look like Jamie Gilchrist is closing slightly, but we'll see.
It does there, yeah. Let's wait for the turns here, see the time.
Yeah,
he is down, 5.5 seconds between them now, and when it was over 6. So we have Connor Aspinall. He swam this distance at Snags recently. Came home with first place for the 14-year-old age group. So he's certainly showing that experience here this afternoon. He turns again in first, but I think Jamie is catching him, Paul. But again, we're relying on my eyesight, possibly. Not sure that's particularly reliable, because the screen now says something different. So I think we'll just wait and see what the split times are when we, as the boys come up to the 1,000 metres. And they will have completed 2/3 of their 1,500 metre this afternoon. And here comes Connor. As he's going to turn now. Look for that time coming up on the board. 11:45.66. His pace is dropping. 11:50.13. So slowly but surely, Jamie is railing him in.
Yeah, it's going to be could be a close finish here, but Conor Aspinall has not really come under much pressure, so just see if he can hold off that challenge. We did see him kind of slow down a little bit and then speed up in the next 100, kind of about 300 or 400 ago, so I wonder if he can do just that. It's in third place, it's Ewan Jones in third place, Finlay Watson in fourth as they go through the 1,000 metres, Innisgow in fifth, Daniel Henry in sixth, and Kyle Connolly in seventh, with Fergus Reid in eighth and Aaron Machin, Luke Gardner in ninth and 10th position. But out at the front, it is going to be Conor Aspinall, who's going to come to the 1,100 mark, and is it closing up?
That is my eyesight, I think, can be trusted here. I'd like to think, Paul. I think that gap is definitely closing there.
400 to go.
But we'll just wait and see.
Oh,
yeah,
he's pulled out. Well, what, 400 to go?
400
He's going to have to make up a second in every 100. The gap's what, almost 5 seconds, so over a second in each of the hundreds here. But if he's in contention on that last 100, he might put Conor Aspinall under a little bit of pressure here. So, I was going to say you can see the boards, but you can't really see the boards, but you can now. There we go, 7 lengths to go.
7 lengths to go, that's right. That's right. 350 metres. And Conor is looking fairly comfortable out there, but what can Jamie do to catch him? As Paul said, it's at least a second he's going to have to gain for every 100 metres, and we'll have a look at the times here in the splits as Conor comes into the turn here. Turning there, 1:12.10. So he's beginning. I think he's beginning to tire, possibly, Paul. 14:09.04. I beg your pardon, and 14:13. So, although he's maybe beginning to tire a wee bit, Jamie's not really closing the gap at the rate at which we might have expected him to do had he wanted to catch Conor. The boys are going to turn 5, the lap cards say 5 lengths to go, so 250 metres. So in behind them, it's Ewan Jones, Finlay Watson in 4th, Innisgow in 5th, and Daniel Henry from City of Glasgow in 6th. I think it's sometimes misleading when they come up the pool. I think, Paul, you see them and you think, oh, that gap is definitely closing, and then they go down the pool, and you think, no, it's not.
Our position here, it was around about 5 metres the last time. I think he might have just extended it very, very slightly as they come down to this end.
Connor's actually got a little bit faster there, and the boys matching each other, so it's, he's got a 5.5 second lead now ahead of Jamie Gilchrist, and they've got 200 metres to go. So that is a big ask from Jamie, but Conor, of course, needs to keep going. He needs to keep this pace going.
He's gone a little bit to the legs now in this last 200. He's just kicking a little bit more than he was previously, and that's kind of taken him away by another metre or so. Not seeing anything really from the legs of Jamie Gilchrist. Jamie going over now, and the gap, I think, is extending here. I'm not sure that Conor Aspinall is going to be caught. for this one.
Still over a 5-second gap between those two boys, Paul. So I don't think Jamie's going to catch him. Connor may well be having to use his legs more now, but he's looking very comfortable out there in the front. And here he goes. He hears the bell now. That's him. 2 lengths to go. Jamie's going to be next.
Always get a little bit of a boost from the bell. All the swimmers.
Yes, I
knowing
think
there's 100 to go.
no doubt Connor has. I think he's certainly he's picked up the pace now. That gap is extending between him and Jamie by the looks of it. It was over about 6.5 seconds at the turn at the bell there with 2 lengths to go. As Connor comes down and he's going to turn, head for home. So it's all going to be about his time this afternoon. His entry time here, 17:37.70. So he turned there at 16:30. No, I beg your pardon, that was the 1400 metre time. Of course, we're not getting the times at the bottom end, so I do apologise. So we'll just have to watch the clock on our screen, 17:25 at the moment. Going to come in under 17:37. Is he going to manage that? And he is 17:36.42. A very good swim for Connor this afternoon as Jamie Gilchrist comes in to complete his 1500 metres in second place, 17:45.97. Very gutsy swim by the 14-year-old from East Lothian. Certainly showed his mettle at this distance, I beg your pardon, and built on his first place at Snags last month up in Aberdeen.
Yeah,
so my goodness me, this is a bit of a battle for third here, but the Geary swimmer, I beg your pardon, the West Lothian swimmer Ewan Jones gets third, Innisgowan fourth.
Yeah, it wasn't much between 4th, 5th and 6th there, was it?
Certainly
Carl
wasn't,
Connolly and Finlay Watson separated by just over a second after 18 minutes of swimming. Daniel Henry is in 18:22. Fergus Reid is in as well. And is it the final swimmer? Oh no, 2 more swimmers to come. Aaron Machin coming in 9:18.48. 18 minutes 48 for Aaron Machin. Should be looking at this screen here, not the scoreboard on the other side. 9th position it was there. And in 10th position in lane number 8, 19:05.49. But good swim at the front of the field there. Connor Aspinall taking it, 17:36. He is inside his entry time, so he can be delighted with that performance. Jamie Gilchrist in 17:45 in second, and Ewan Jones, a good swim from him, 18 minutes and 4 seconds in third position in that first of the 1500 metres heats. The last of those heats will be swum in the final session tonight, and that final session will be on its way at 5 o'clock tonight. Our coverage begins just before that, 16:55. So thank you very much, Jackie, again. Another stint this afternoon. That's gone in pretty quickly.
It has indeed, Paul, yes. Pretty fast, and good to see the good number of personal bests and opportunities for some of these guys to come back this evening in junior finals, certainly. So it's been a pleasure working with you this afternoon and indeed this morning, Paul. I will not be returning for the finals, but I think Paul is there, but
yeah,
I am back tomorrow, so I look forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow. So I think thank you very much for joining us on live streaming this afternoon, and that completes the afternoon session here on day 1 of the Glasgow International Swim Meet, and it's goodbye from me.
Bye for now. We'll see you at 5 o'clock local time here in Glasgow for the finals. Should be a good one.